wood-fired pizza on the pellet grill. Is there anything better? I'm not so sure that there is. Today I'm at the Green Mountain Grill and I'm in the Canadian outdoors. Well, I'm actually inside my garage, to be honest with you, but it is still winter outside. We're going to fire up the grill today and we're going to put a pizza on here. I'm going to show you how easy it is and more importantly how fast it cooks. So I'm going to just lean in here and I'm going to turn the pizza grill on. We're going to get this up to temperature. You can hear it fire up. We're going to get this up to temperature, which is about 450 degrees Fahrenheit. That in turn is going to get this stone up to about 600 to 650 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to cook a pizza on here that's going to take about 3 to 5 minutes total. So I'm going to let this thing fire up so you don't have to hear that annoying noise. And we'll come back into the kitchen and get our pizza ready. So I figured I'd show you a little bit of the process. We've got the grill fired up now. And actually 2 pizzas. Made up in the kitchen. We got the grill fired up. We're going to set that to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, which is going to get the pizza stone inside the oven up to somewhere in the 600 to 750 range. You can see the pellets are fired up. There's all kinds of smoke. Once we hit a much higher temperature, somewhere in the 200, 300, 400 range, all this smoke will disappear and we'll be on high heat mode. And that's what's going to allow that pizza to cook so quickly. Excuse me, really quick heat there. We do put cornmeal on the pizza peel so that it will slide off. As you can appreciate, you don't want to have too much time spent inside that grill at those temperatures, so we'll hopefully get that to slide off and then onto the pizza stone fairly easily. So we're going to let that shoot up in temperature and we'll come back soon. Okay, so we got the grill about 333 right now and rising. I've set it to max out at 350. So what we're going to do now is we're going to test. Just putting a little tripod on the ledge of the Green Mountain Grill here. We're going to do a little temperature test of the actual stone. And you can see on our IR reader that measured 721 degrees. So definitely high enough, hot enough to put our pizza in. So I'm going to try to do this with 2 hands because getting this off of the pizza peel is usually the biggest struggle. So I have a second spatula here and hopefully I don't make this a disaster. You'll know soon enough if I do. But one of the benefits of using cornmeal underneath the dough is that it should slide off into the oven quite easily. So, sorry about that angle there. That's going to sit in there and we're going to close the lid. And we're just going to let this sit now for about 2 minutes. Well, sorry, we'll let this sit for about, hopefully no more than about 5 minutes in total, but after a couple of minutes, we're going to go in and have a look, and we're going to spin this. As most barbecues, there's better spots on the barbecue than others, and so different heat at different areas of the stone, so the pizza's going to cook somewhat, I guess, unevenly, maybe the best way to say this. So typically after every minute or so, you can see that rising already. It's just incredible how fast that happens. I'm hoping you can see that on the camera. It looks like it's a good shot. So probably another 10 or 15 seconds we'll give this. And then we'll reach in, spin it around a bit. And you can already see the cheese on the top of the pizza is already starting to get nice and dark. So we're just going to spin that around. And as I bring it forward, you can see the part that was in the back of the stone. It's already darkened a bit, but again, we've only been on there for about a minute, minute and a half. The dough rises quite quickly and the cheese on the top burns quite quickly if you leave it too long. One of the biggest challenges with this is making sure that the dough is cooked all the way through without having all of your toppings on the top and the cheese completely burnt. But one of the tricks of that is make your dough, even though it might seem extremely thin, it's going to rise because of the yeast. It's going to rise pretty quick. So if you make your dough a little bit thinner when you're laying this out on your pizza peel, hopefully there's not too much flour and dough there to cook, and you're not burning the toppings, as I said, the cheese. So this is probably going to be another minute or so. Not even probably. Nope. I'm going to give that about another 10 or 15 seconds. So over 700 degrees in that oven, and that cooked in, what are we at, maybe 2.5, 3 minutes. So I might try a double whammy here because I have a second pizza that I've made. I'm going to pull that one out of the way, and when I'm done I'll actually show both of them. And I'm going to pull in the second pizza now. It's been sitting off to the side. And I just got to use a little bit of a spatula that I have here. I will say I'm not sure, if you're not a big fan of cornmeal, this might not be the best trick for you, but it worked pretty good in the first one. So hopefully I can get this second one off. Again, getting this off the stone or off the peel is typically the biggest challenge, and it looks like this one's going to be a bit of a challenge for me. Alright, it's in there, so let's close the lid and let's see what happens with this guy. Some famous pizza places use cornmeal on the bottom of their pizzas, and it may or may not be for everyone. Other people I've seen will actually just use tins and put the pizza right in a round tin and then put that in the stone. With that heat though getting up over 700 degrees, that can sometimes be a bit of a problem, and the tin will bend or bend out of shape, I guess is the best way to say it. I'm just going to adjust the camera here just a minute. But the nice part is once it's in there for 45 seconds to a minute, that dough is already starting to rise, and then it's a little bit easier to grasp with the pizza peel to move it and turn it as we need. So that looked like that worked well. Just a quick look here, yeah, that's rising really well. So again, we'll give this about another minute or so, and then we'll start to spin it. I might shut this down now, and then once these two are done, I'll give you a good video shot of both of the finished products. Okay, so I figured I would do this on video instead of off. So that's pizza number 2. I'm just going to throw pizza number 1 back in there for just a quick minute to reheat it again. Set it for probably 4 or 5 minutes. You can see how fast this will burn, but again, wood-fired pizza, if that's what you're into, that is just beautiful. A lot of trial and error has gone into this. I've made a few pizzas, and some of them have turned out to be just disastrous. Cornmeal was an idea. First couple I made would fall apart inside the stone, and of course that's where a lot of that darkness came from. But so probably good there, and now that one's done. Just gonna close the lid here. That's quite loud, but there you go. 2 personal size pizzas, a little bit bigger than personal size. That might even be a small.